everybody, and thanks for joining me for this little video. I've been putting together this quite small journal. You can see by the size of my hand it's quite little, and I made it that way specifically. I just wanted something cute, not for any other reason than that. So it's got all the cover on and everything, and I'm just working my way through the signatures, putting interesting bits in. I've got a corner tuck there. Just a little collage there, and I've left this for journaling. Little file folder in the red, the same as I've covered the journal with. This is a page out of the kit. It's from Liana Scrap and it's called Vintage Poppies, and it's a beautiful kit. I love this page actually. More journaling there. This is just it's just paper clipped on. It's just a little floating pocket. I've stenciled on the back and I've just added a little journaling card in there, and it just clips onto there. I've stenciled the pages. I think that looks nice. I've used Candied Apple, which is actually the only red I've got, and even then you can see it comes out quite pinky, but that's fine. I'm quite happy with it. Here we've just got a little collage. These butterflies were a freebie from Artie Mays. They fit in very nicely. Design page, and on the back of the design page is more journaling. This is what I wanted to draw your attention to, this pocket and tag here. Now then, it's a collage. It definitely is a collage, but I'm just, everybody's doing collages and I just want something different. So I have ostensibly done what we always do, made a collage out of some scrap bits and some, sheets of the design paper, some of the red that I've used throughout the journal, and I'm also anticipating using some green because that's quite a nice tone for that. It matches beautifully with the front cover, and some cream, which is all over the journal. So that's what I intend to use for my patchwork. The red, the green, the cream, and some of the design papers. And I made a pocket as well, but I'll show you exactly how to do that. It's just something different, and I know there's a lot of you that have now taken to sewing in your journals, for which I love to see. I really love to see it. So now here's something that you can test your skills on. So I've just cut out some cards. This is in that cream card that I've been using all along. And let's just build a collage. So let's start with a bit of design paper. There doesn't really have to be an up and down. I'll say that. You won't see enough of it to make sense of it, of whether it's up or down. Let's see what else I've got here. A nice cream bit that might go there nicely. Could do something quite green across there. So maybe in behind there, chop that off. About there. And it does, some of my papers are printed on paper, some I've printed on quite thick paper. It doesn't really matter. This is a great leveler of all things. And I'm doing this in quite an easy way, and I'll show you what I mean by that when we get further on. Let's put a bit of green, shall we, up here. I think that's possibly, no, that's probably all right. So we'll put that there, and then I want to, this is from the papers, but I want to keep that. Oh, here's a nice piece. There's a nice piece there. Let's just cut off across there. So just adding these as you would if you were making a collage. So pop that there. And I think I've got enough width on this, have I? Maybe not. Ooh, no, it's just a bit skinny. Is that red long enough? Yeah, right. That'll go there. So there we are. We've built ourselves a collage. And what we want to do now is just tack them down very roughly, because we're going to take them to the sewing machine and sew them. Now, I could ink around everything and it would make it easier for you to see, possibly, but I haven't been going for the inked look, so I'll leave it as it is. Right, the first piece looks like it's this piece, so I'm just going to use a bit of glue stick just down the middle like that. And it just needs to come under that one and up there. Lovely. So the next one I think is the red one, and we want it out there. So there's nothing special at this stage, you're just literally building a collage with bits of your papers, or anything that you've got. Now then, this one I think was the next one, and that comes just, let me just check. So I want it straight with the top of this cream piece. So it wants to be just a little bit up to there. So just put a little bit of glue on the back of that. We're only talking about tiny bits just to get it to the machine, and the machine's here. So we don't need much glue. Let me just get that exactly where I want it to be. And pop this on behind it, but level with the top of it. There, like that. Which bit went on next? This bit, I think it must have been. Yeah, okay, let's stick that one on next. And you'll see I'm paying absolutely no regard to the edges. As long as they cover the edges, I don't care by how much. And that I'm just going to really put right in the corner, because... Okay, there we are. Right. So what we need to do now is trim that off so we can see where we need to sew, etc, etc. So you see we've got bits sticking out everywhere here. So just trim them out level with your tag shape. It's got a sliver of red there. Just this piece because the cream is flush. Right, I've pretty much finished with them. I can't do much with those, to be fair. I haven't done the bottom. Right, okay, there we are. Now then, we're going to, well, I am going to sew these with two different stitches, zigzag and straight. And I've put a foot on my sewing machine that will allow me to do both zigzag and straight. So, see, this is relatively easy because I can sew along there, then I can sew all of along there and down there and down there. If you had them all over the place, it would be a bit trickier. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on zigzag, and I'm going to sew down this join here. Okay, that's that one. And what I would recommend that you do is just pull this last thread up, get yourself a pin. There must be pins around here somewhere. And just pull it through, pull that stitch through. You can knot them if you're feeling particularly diligent. You don't need to because it's going to be glued onto another piece of card anyway. So, just leave them and cut the ones off that are hanging over the tag like that. Right, the next one that I'm going to do is this one here. I'm going to do that in a zigzag as well. You can make your mind up, whether you want to do all zigzag, all straight, or a mixture of the two. So there we are, just stop there. Pull that thread through to the back. cut those ends off. Lovely. Right, now I'm just going to do straight stitch across there and down there. So back onto straight stitch, right across the middle. Don't worry about your threads at the back. Nobody will ever see them. Lovely. And I'm going to straight stitch down here as well, down the other. What I'm going to do there is, I've got a lock stitch on my machine that locks at the start and end. So I'm just going to put that lock stitch on so I can lock this stitch here. But you can do exactly the same. You can pull your thread through to the back if your machine doesn't have a lock stitch. Okay, let's have a look then. See what we've got. I can cut this off because it's been locked in place. And cut these off because I'm going to sew around it, which will catch them in place. Cut all your ends off. And this one here. So you can see what we've done. Don't worry, as I say, about these ends. We're going to put another piece of card on the back of that, or paper or something, to hide all the stitching so you can journal on it. So now I'm going to zigzag around the whole thing. So back to the zigzag. I'll start at this corner, go around the entire tag. Oh, forgot to switch you on to sewing. There we go. This drafts taken ages setting that up, and then I forgot all about it. So for those of you, as I say, that have just started sewing and you feel like you've got your feet a little bit, this is a nice further project, if you like. And they look lovely, I think. Okay, let's have a look at what we've got then. Wow, that works well, doesn't it? That's a little gadget. Okay. Chop these off. I have reversed. I've sewn over where I started and I have reversed a little bit. So there we are. We've got a tag. A nice patchwork tag. And you can see, you're a long way away today, but you can see all the stitches there. You know, if you so wanted to carry on and decorate that further, you could probably put a die cut of a poppy or something on there, a flower, some leaves, whatever. Personally, I like them like that. They just appeal to me. So let's crack on and do another one. I'll put some green in this one. So put that green down there because I know it's straight. Which papers have I got? That's a nice one. And put that one in there. Now already I can see that I'm going to sew that and I'm going to sew that. So this is going to be a bit of extra work. And they're very close together. I do try and keep the lines not that close together. So it looks like a mismatch. It doesn't look just like they're close together. It looks like you've made a bit of a boo-boo, which I don't want. What else have I got? I've got this that's got red on. Oh, that will go all the way across. Excellent. Let's go with that then. Maybe a little bit of red. Up there. Yeah, maybe that will look nice. And then just some paper, some of the design paper. Seems a travesty cutting this out, but you know, this is what I want to do with it, so oh, there's a little bit there that says carte postale. Maybe that's a nice bit. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, quite like that. I think that'll be all right once it's stitched. Right, so the first bit maybe is this red bit here. Just a little bit of glue down this end. And I'm just going to stick that right on the edge of the card. I'm going to try to stick this right on the edge of the card. There we are. Just do with going that way a little bit. Thank you. Then this one. Now this one comes to, let's get my pencil. I need to cut it off about there. This bit that I'm left with, the remnant, that could be useful at some stage, so I don't want to just waste it. So that wants to go there. Well, I don't know if it wants to. It might not want to, but it is going there. There we go. Then we've got this piece, which kind of goes right across the middle, actually. I'll bring that down because I like that carte postale bit. It's something different. And then I had this. I'm just going to bring that over the edge because I'm not entirely convinced that's square. And then the bit of green. Now, do I need... I could make that square with there. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That is what I'm doing. I'm going to make that square, make it overlap a little bit onto that. Right, there we go. So we just chop off the extraneous stuff. I think this is a really nice way. You could use it for pockets, for tummy tucks, belly bands, whatever. You can use it for whatever you fancy. It's just a nice, kind of relaxed thing to do, actually. I feel quite stressless when I'm doing this, which is not always the case. I think I moved that. That's it, I think there. No, it needs to come up just a fraction. Let's just square that off along the bottom. My scissors are sticky. I've been doing this all day. Let's get rid of the really scrappy bits. I'll hang on to that, you never know. What's the matter, Bobby? Right, let's take you over to the machine, and I'm just going to do a zigzag stitch right across here. And as I say, the fact that I've got different thicknesses, the green card is thicker than everything else, but this sort of just levels it out, really. And I'm going to do this one down here as a zigzag. No, I might do it straight. Let's just get that in the right place. Okay. And I'm just going to do what I did before and pull that last stitch through. Let's cut off some of these ends that are around the place. We don't need them. So we've only really got that and that to do. And I'm going to do them straight, I think. Ooh, yeah, I'm going to do that one straight. Which leaves us just with this one here. It's all very straight up there and it's all very zigzag down here, so I'm going to do that one straight to just balance it a little bit. And I'm going to put my lock stitch on again because I'm starting in the middle of a piece of the tag. I know there must be lots of you on the group that are quilters, and I'm sure you'll take to this like a duck to water. It's a nice thing to do. Chop the ends off, then we'll go all the way around it. I think that's all the ends off. And put them in the bin before I knock them on the floor. Then I get into trouble because they're catching the hoover. Yeah, I'm going to zigzag around it. I like it when it's zigzagged. Start on this bottom corner here. Oh, I forgot to switch you over to here. Okay, let's have a look at what we've got then. Oh, well, we've got another really pretty tag. It's very, very nice. So that's all the ends off. Let me show you this tag close up so you can see it. You can see the stitch in there all the way around it, the straight stitches there, the zigzag here. Looks pretty. So we can't really leave the back like that. Actually, that back's a bit tidier than the first one we did. I mean, you could cut all those ends off, of course you could. But I think the thing to do is probably just back it with some cream card. The cream card I'm using isn't very thick, so I think it would be fine backed with some more cream card. So here I have some, so I'll just stick them onto here and cut around. Perfect. Looks like it was made for the job. I'm going to use Collal. I have great faith in this glue. You use whatever you think will be appropriate for sticking down your stitching and your tag. have another technique to show you using paper to make things for our journals, but that's in the next video. So if you've enjoyed this, make sure you catch the next one. Let's pop that straight in the corner, like that. They look so pretty. I really like the look of these. And of course, as I say, you can make pockets, tummy tucks, anything at all. Journal covers, little journal notebooks to go in your journal, anything at all. And I don't think they'd look out of place. I mean, obviously I'm using red because I'm using the Leona scrap paper, but you can do them in any combination of colours. There we go. Just get my super duper bone folder out and press them down. There we go. Put the lid on my glue, cut these out, and then you can see we'll have two lovely, lovely tags. Don't cut your stitching when you do this. That's not what you want to do. And you could, of course, a sensible way of doing it is do all your quilting part, then stick this on, then go around the whole thing. That is a much better idea. Well done, I've just thought of it. But yeah, that would be the sensible way of doing it. But this way, as soon as you back it onto that card, you know that all your stitching is secure because it's glued down ostensibly. There we are. So there's two lovely little tags, plain on the back, but we can easily rectify that. I'll just get my little stencil out and this candied apple ink. And just put a little stencil wherever you want it. Just makes it look pretty, I think. And put another one on here. There we are. So it just takes the plainness off them. I might put a little bit in at the top as well. Just there, like that. Now I've done it to that, I'm going to have to do it to this one, otherwise it'll look plain. There we are. Right. So you really can't see the stitches. You could write on that very easily. I'm glad I used the card, not a paper. So that's the back, that's the front. Our lovely, I'm going to call them patchwork as opposed to collage, patchwork paper tags. Thanks for joining me. I'll be back again soon to show you some other techniques similar to this but different. Thanks for joining me. Bye.